Hi. Hello. Hi out there. Good afternoon. I'm Gloria. This is Yoga with Gloria. Thanks for joining. So it's blue skies again and clean air for us in the Bay Area. So it's a big win. All right. Well, today we're going to do a full body flow and probably move a little slower flow today. So if you're feeling stiff, maybe your low back is feeling stiff, or you want to stretch those inner hips or thighs, today's a class for you. We'll probably end up either in compass or if we're feeling good, we might stand up and try to practice our bird of paradise today. So a lot of hip, inner thigh opening. All right, please say hello. Oh, remember to subscribe to my channel and like the video and share, continue sharing. And thanks again to my Patreons who are helping me support and do these free live stream full hour classes. If you'd like to be a part of that, please, you can help with any support that you're able to underneath the video's description. All right, please say hello in the comments so I know who's out there, and maybe even say where you're from if you're new. And we'll get started. So we'll reach up. Hello, Alice. Hello, Lily and Roseanne and Dan and Suresh and Jen. Okay, 30 minutes is better than nothing, Jen. So the wrists and stretch up. So I went to the doctor yesterday and I got 2 shots. So my left arm might not be moving that well today, but it should be okay. Side body. So if you're wondering what happened to her arm, like right here, it'll be fine. Side body stretch. If you're more flexible, forearm comes down. If you have a blanket, we will go down into frog pose later. So make sure you have a beach towel or something like that. We're going to take a gentle twist to start here. Just feel that in your low back. And then other side. Okay. Oh, welcome, John. Welcome. Let's go ahead and do just a little neck roll here. Chin to the chest. And over the right ear, over the right shoulder and the left. So if it feels good, you can just stay here. If you're able to do full circles without straining your neck, go for it in one direction. And the key is to relax so you don't strain your neck. And then we'll take it the opposite direction. All right. So let's go ahead and sit up nice and tall, closing our eyes, connecting to our breath. Nice full breath into your belly. Let your belly expand on the inhale and relax on the exhale. Belly, ribs, and chest rising on the inhale and falling on the exhale. Three deep breaths like that. Inhale all the way up to the collarbones. Hold your breath for a moment. Open your mouth and blow it out. Again, inhale. Hold it at the top. Open your mouth, blow it out. Last time, holding a little longer this time. Inhale, lifting, holding your breath, lifting your chest, taking the sides of your neck back. Try to keep the breath in there for a little longer, resetting our stress levels. Open your mouth, blow it out. Hands in front of your heart, drop your gaze. Take a moment to call up an intention for today's class. And we'll seal that in with 3 ohms, inhaling deeply. All right, let's start on our backs. Welcome, Monica. Glad you can join today. On your back, you're just going to keep your feet on the floor as you slowly just drop your knees to the right. So you might feel a low back stretch, or you might feel some front hip flexor stretch. Keep your feet on the floor for these first ones. Drop it to the other side. And notice where you feel it. Is it tight on the low back in the back? Is it tight in the hip flexors in the front? And just notice one side tighter than the other. Is your back cracking? Does it feel good? All right, so now you're going to just grab the right knee into your chest. Actually, keep this bent. And then you're going to, half happy baby, you're going to grab the arch, the inner arch or the heel of your foot here. So maybe a top view would be good here, yeah. And then from here, you're going to just turn over to the right and let the thigh come to the floor. Scoot down so the furniture is not in the way. So just go down, and then maybe you can straighten the leg a little bit if you're flexible. If not, then just have the thigh or the knee touch the floor. Come back to center, and then you're going to cross your wrist, grab the outer edge of your foot, and just do a twist maybe in the beginning. So first you're just stamping your knee down, and then you're just going to do a little twist. So stamp your knee down, and then take the outer edge of your foot and do a little twist. And then if you're feeling a little more flexible, stamp the knee down, hand on the heels easier, and you can straighten that leg. So you'll feel the backs of the hamstrings opening now. Then cross your wrists over, and then you can just do a twist here, or if you're more flexible, you can straighten the leg a little bit, or just hold under the calf here to straighten, just like that. So knee and toes hit, and then take a twist. Knee and toes hit, take a twist. Knee and toes hit. And twist. Your leg doesn't have to straighten, only if you're ready to do that. Twist. Twist. Feel it how it's opening all of those joints in the hip and lower body. And also you're starting to mobilize that whole low back. 2 more here. And release. Okay, feet flat on the floor. And then you're going to draw the left knee in and grab, for half happy baby, the inner arch or the top of the heel. And then you're just going to drop the knee down to the floor and come back. And then grab the outside edge of your foot, and you're just going to take a little twist at first. So first we'll do it easy. Just the knee down and then twist. Knee down. If you're able to, you can straighten it. Twist. So the knee comes down. Maybe you can extend so the toes can touch. Maybe not. And then take a twist. Maybe you can extend, or maybe you want to keep it bent. It's up to you. So there's many different levels here. And whatever level you're on, it should feel good in your body. Knee down, toes down, and twist. Getting that inner, your hips stretching. You got the low back, your hamstrings, if you can straighten the leg here. And then you have this twist, which is excellent stretch for your low back as well. Your IT band, you straighten the leg. And let's do 3 more here. 3, 2, and last one. And release. Okay, both knees in. And a happy baby pose. You can grab the outer edges or the inner edges or your big toes, whatever you want. And you can go side to side if you like. You can straighten both legs if you like. For straight leg happy baby, you can grab your ankles or your calf. And then you'll take your hands behind your hamstrings and you'll just pop up. And we'll cross over. And we're going to just come onto a blanket if you have one. So we'll come opening in the hips really early today. So we have a lot of stuff to do for the hips. So right leg is forward. Let's go into low lunge. Just get right in there. So feeling this left hip flexor stretching, lifting up through the crown of your head. Okay, then you're going to take your right hand. Just you can bring your elbow to the leg here and do a side body stretch. And release. And we'll do the other side, left leg forward. And just coming right into this. Bringing your hips forward. Squaring your hips. Left hip pulling back a bit. Right hip pulling forward a bit. coming up. And go ahead and put the elbow on the thigh there, and you'll do a side body stretch. Okay, and now we're going to take your right leg forward, heel in, toe out for lizard swirls. So you're going to take your hand right in the inner arch of your foot here. You're going to lift the back knee and just set it down wherever you're comfortable. So my right shoulder is resisting the right knee from coming in too much. And I'm just going to make these little circles. So, so kind of like circle your shoulder and knee in a circle as much as you can. If it's comfortable. If it's not comfortable, you can just do regular lizard. But this is a good way to warm up your hips. Getting low, pressing that right knee out with your shoulder. All right. And I'm just going to hold an early lizard here. Maybe even rock onto the edge of my foot if I feel ready for that. Straight arms. And if you feel ready to come down, you can do a few breaths down here. Okay, left forearm comes down. You're going to turn to your right and see if you can catch your foot. If you can catch it, you're going to do quad stretch, pulling it in. If you cannot catch it, you will just come all the way on your belly and you can just pull it in. Okay. All right, and we're going to do the other side. So left foot comes forward. Your hand will come on the inner arch of that foot. The arm, the shoulder, and the knee resist each other. So you're going to come into these circles. So you can reset the back knee. Just think about making circles with your knee. So I just pull my hips back and then over to the right and forward, and then pull my hips straight back over to the right. So again, if it's hard to do this, then you can just do static lizard. It should feel good. And it should slowly open up, oil up the hip joint here. Okay, when you've had enough of that, you can do a lizard pose with straight arms, or if you're ready for forearms, come on down. If you'd like to rock onto the edge of your foot, you can. Right forearm comes down, turn towards your bent knee, and if you're able to catch your foot, go for it. If not, go on your belly like I did at first, and just reach back and catch your right ankle, pull it in. All right. So now you can come all the way down to your belly. And you can find a Sphinx pose here. Or you can come down and move your hands a little closer to find a cobra. Rolling back, your shoulders away from the ears, elbows squeezing in, tops of your feet are on the mat. And turn and look over your left shoulder. Turn and look over the right shoulder. And downward facing dog. Let's pedal. The left knee is bent, the right heel towards the floor. And then change it up. All right, let's swing the heels to the left, side body stretch. And then over to the right. And back to center, bend your knees. And straighten, bring your feet together, right leg lifts. Let's bring it forward between your hands. Come into a runner's lunge. So lunge all the way down. Sink your hips and lift your chest. And then straighten the leg. Bring your forehead towards the shin. And then bend the back knee towards the floor. You can even tap it down. Keep your gaze up. Keep the chest on the thigh. And then straighten both legs. And you can just have both legs straight. Little pulses here. So you feel the hamstrings really stretching. And then just hold a static stretch, forehead towards the shin. Good. And then bend the knee. You're going to switch legs. So runner's lunge on the left side. The knee is over the ankle. Lift up your hips. And then straight, and then bend the knee and sink your hips. Looking up. And lift your hips up. Forehead towards the shin. Try to straighten the front leg. Start to feel the hamstrings. And then bend the back knee to the floor. The chest is pressed on the thigh and you're looking straight up. And then straighten both legs. You can step the back foot closer if you like. Draw your belly in. Take that left hip back and fold forward. Forehead towards the shin. You can hold static or like to pulse a little, feeling the hamstrings softening up. And then hold static stretch for 3 breaths. And drop the back knee to the floor one last time. Bring your hips forward and look up. Okay, you're going to step back. Both knees are together. Rock it forward. Come on down to your belly. Find a cobra. And downward facing dog. Right leg lifts. You're going to bend it and stack it. Open up your hips. Look under the left underarm. Lift your right knee. And let's bring it forward. Come on up for high lunge. Hello, Austin. And exhale, come on down. Oh, hi. Hi, May. I'm just seeing that now. Coming down. Interlace your fingers right here. And then you're just going to dip down as low as you can again. So elbow past the knee for high lunge twist. If it's too hard, you can come to your knee before taking a twist. Elbow past the knee. And then come back up if you can to high lunge twist. And release. Let's step it back. Super strong core. And let's tap your elbow, the hand to the opposite shoulder, Try not to let your hips rock. So you really have to engage your core. Let's just do 3 more. 2. Last one. Great. You can come to your knees and come slowly down. And then from here, let's see if you can clasp your hands behind you. Keep your feet pointed and pressing down into the floor. Lift up. See if you can lift the arms away from your body. Look over your left shoulder. Look over the right. And release. Find a cobra. And a downward facing dog. Feet together, left leg lifts. Bend it and stack it. Open up your hips. Look under the right underarm. Let's bring it forward, high lunge. Other side. Interlace your fingers. Let's sink down a little lower. So again, if you need to bring your knee down, go for it. Otherwise, you can just stay up and find a twist. Elbow past the knee. You can also just take that right hand straight down without twisting so deep. Maybe open the arms. And release. Let's step forward, forward fold. and circle the arms up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Okay, we're going to step that left leg back and open right into warrior two. So go ahead and shrug your shoulders up, roll them out and down, and then open up. Reverse the warrior, hand on that back leg or swimming behind you to the front thigh if you can. Keep the bend in the front knee to open up that side body. And then bring your elbow to the thigh. Reach long through your side body. If you're able to drop your hand lower for a deeper stretch, you can come down to your hand, a fist, or fingertips, or a block, or knuckles. So the arm and the inner knee resist each other, and then that turns the whole chest and torso up. You can take the top hand behind you, roll your shoulder back for half bind. Or you can take a full bind. And release. Let's quarter turn to the left for Prasarita. Spin the inner thighs back and fold. Lift and lengthen, and we're going to quarter turn to the other side. Warrior two. And shrug the shoulders up, back, and down, opening up. Reverse the warrior. Maybe swim the arm behind you if it's available. And then bring your elbow to your thigh for side angle. You can drop your hand lower if you like. Top hand behind you, roll your shoulder back. And let's take a full bind if you're able to. And release. Okay, quarter turn. And let's quarter turn. We're going to set up for warrior one. Come on up. So the left elbow over the right. Lift your elbow, hands away from the face. Clasp your hands, coming forward for humble warrior, resting on the inner thighs. Get hands to the floor. Let's step it back. Lower to your belly. Come on up for cobra. And downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, three-legged dog. Let's bring it forward. Spin the back heel down. And we come on up for warrior one. Straighten the front leg. Oh, actually, keep it bent. Sorry. Let's take your right elbow over the left for eagle arms. Lift the elbow, hands away from the face. And open up. And we're going to clasp the opposite pinky at the bottom this time. So it's going to be a little awkward. Lift your chest and squeeze your shoulder blades together. Coming forward for humble warrior. Let's step it forward fold. And circle the arms up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. So the feet are wide. And you're going to take your hips back. So the hands are resting just above the knees. And then you're going to drop your right shoulder forward. Hips are back. My knees are right over the ankle. Okay? And then you feel this nice twist in your back. So to feel a deeper inner thigh stretch, you'll karate chop the knees out and sit down even lower, only if it's comfortable or only if it's okay with you. And all right, other side. So just dropping that left shoulder forward, or maybe karate chopping, going a little deeper, maybe straightening that left arm, pressing the left knee away, sinking deeper in the hips, and feeling that left side inner thighs stretching. Okay, and come on up. And now we're going to take your right leg forward for triangle. So it's warrior one legs. And we're going to just straighten the front leg and come right into it, stretching forward and holding on to your leg wherever it's comfortable. It can be higher, it can be pressing against here, be on a block. If you like, you can reach the top arm parallel to the floor. Feel that additional side body stretch. Okay. And we're going to bend the front knee and straighten. So hand on the side, bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Bend and see if you can get down low and take a bind and see if you can bend and straighten. It's not easy, but really, pretty much this is bird of paradise, but you have to balance straight up. All right, slowly come on up and we'll try the other side. So turning you into warrior one feet, facing the other side. You're going to straighten the front leg and hinge forward with the left hand. So find a triangle at first. try to really feel that stretch in the side body. So try to stretch the hip away from the ribs on top. Maybe even reach the arm overhead. And you'll bend the front knee. So those of you that can't reach all the way down there, just bring your elbow to the knee. You can bend and straighten a little bit like this. Okay, otherwise, if you can, take a bind, lean back, and just, you don't have to straighten all the way. I can't straighten my leg all the way, but you'll feel that deep hamstring stretch, that deep. Okay, and release. Let's come back to center. And we'll come into Malasana. Hello, Fernanda. Welcome. So heels in, toes out. Just a quick Malasana. Here, let's go sideways. So if you can't get your heels down, you can sit on a block, but ideally try to get them down. So press the knees out, lengthen up through the crown of your head. Okay, and I forgot that I promised that we would do a quick frog, so let's do it. I forgot. It is part of hip opening. Here we go. So if you don't have a blanket and your carpet is fine at home, or the floor doesn't hurt your knees too much, you can join. But it's nice if you have one sliding blanket so that you can open up a little wider. So what you're trying to go for are right angles. So it's as if my feet were backed up against the wall, and then the ankles, there's a 90-degree angle there, and then behind the knees, there's another 90-degree angle there. Maybe the top view would be better to show that. The 90-degree angles. I just wanted you to see the 90-degree with the feet. Some people aren't like that. Okay. So keep pressing down through the elbows, and as the second minute winds down, you might get more open and your knees might slide a little wider. Anytime it's too much, just come on out. And if you're not doing this at all, there's another one you can do. Sorry, you just lay on your back and with your feet against the wall. And that'll just open you up naturally as far as you're comfortable. Let's just do 3 more breaths here. 3, 2, and 1. And when you're ready, you're going to slowly press into your elbows and bring your big toes together first. And then you can slowly squeeze your knees together after that. Okay. So you probably want to stretch that out. So we'll keep our knees together and we just do little circles. So you can just do little hip circles in one direction. Kind of need that out. And take it the opposite direction. All right. Now our knees are nice and open, so we can just do all kinds of poses now. All right, so we're gonna try to do a little balance since we have open hips, right? And hamstrings, kind of. So you'll start here with a nice little tree pose. You can have the foot as low as here or all the way up here, holding a namaste and maybe growing your branches. Good, so you can stay here if you don't want to try for bird of paradise. It's kind of an advanced pose, so make sure you don't hurt yourself. So basically, you're just going to do that triangle bind that we did earlier. Come on up, and you're just gonna bind and press down and lift straight up. And it's hard to balance, so if you want to put your foot against a wall or on a sofa and then find that opening here that we always do, that side angle, and then you'll take a bind here, and from here all you do is easier said than done. Just try to balance, holding one leg up, and if you're able to, you'll straighten it. So that's your bird of paradise. And don't feel bad if you didn't do it. All right, again, it's a practice. Again, one of the poses that are always on a practice list, never perfected for me. All right, so let's go ahead. Down here, take a bind. This is pretty much side angle pose. So if you just want to work on your warrior 2 side angle with your foot up against the sofa like this, that's fine. And maybe you'll press down and hold and find your balance. And this is your bird of paradise. You can make it prettier by straightening the leg, depending on how flexible you are. That's my bad shoulder with my shots. Oh, so sore. All right. Okay, how did we do? You got some pretty birds out there? You guys make it? Anything is fine. This could be a bird of paradise, right? Just like this, or you can practice that. All right, so let's come on down. Remember, it's a practice. Hello, Frank. Did you do bird of paradise? Let's take, we did another bird, a pigeon here. So we'll do a quick pigeon here if our hips are really open already. So we won't stay long. So you can just stay, or you can just go straight for pulling that back leg in. A little quad stretch. Let's switch to the other side. Hips are a lot more open today. We worked on it a lot. So keep your hips squared forward as you pull that back leg in, stretching the quad. And release. And you're going to bring that forward. Let's stretch that right leg for Janu Shirshasana. Really good for low back, hamstrings. Lift and lengthen. Left arm up and reaches towards the outer edge of your foot if you can. You're dragging the heel down and pulling it back towards you and folding. It should feel really good. If you have bad alignment with your pelvis, and then this will not feel good to you. So it should feel good. If it doesn't feel good, then just lay on your back instead, because It's something about your alignment. And then I want you to do this one instead to open up your hamstrings. This one forces you in good alignment, so it's hard to go wrong here. Okay? So everybody else is still here. Also, another way, if you're less flexible, is to use a strap here. Pulling, almost like doing a row here, lifting chest, pulling, and then from there fold, hinging at the hips. You should feel it. Okay, let's just do a couple more breaths here. And come on up. Stamp your foot down. This time we're just hop over. Let's hop over today. You could move the straight leg to the left corner of your mat. Fingertips down. Lift and lengthen. And you're going to hug the knee and turn over. Or you can hook your elbow past the knee and go a little deeper. All right. And let's go ahead and release. Let's do the other side. So the left leg is straight. You're going to roll the inner thighs back. Lift and lengthen. And you're going to fold towards the outer edge of your foot here. Forehead towards the knee. Janu Shirshasana. Head to knee pose. You'll feel nice hamstring stretch. And the lower back should be stretching. Again, it should feel good. If it doesn't, then go on your back instead and lift one leg up like I showed you for the other leg. Let's do 3 more breaths. Come on up. You're going to take your straight leg and point it towards the opposite corner of your mat. Hook this foot over. Lift and lengthen. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lift your chest. And then you're just going to hug and turn towards your bent knee. Or if you want to go deeper, hook the elbow past the knee. So super straight posture is number 1. Draw the belly in. And slowly as you exhale, you can begin to turn your navel a little more to your right. Maybe the navel turns to the right, your ribs, and finally your gaze. And back to center. Okay, let's do Baddha Konasana. Soles of your feet together. You can make a diamond shape. And you can fold forward any amount. Forehead to your feet here. Some of you can take one palm up, slide it behind you like this. Or maybe top view, show you. Never mind. I can't do it because my shot. But if you like to, you can. Otherwise. Okay, and back to center. Here we go. Well, let's do one more quick pose here. Looks like we have time. Heels and toes out. It doesn't have to be wide, but you want good form. Heels and toes out. Spin the inner thighs back. The pelvis should be tilted forward. And lift your chest. Slowly just walk your hands forward. Or you could bring forearms to a block. Forearms to some books. So you should feel that maybe the backs of your knees or the inner thighs stretching. Then you know you're doing it right. Nothing should hurt in your back. If it does, then it's bad form for you. So maybe you shouldn't do this one. If your back hurts, just come up here with your hands behind you. Lift your chest and squeeze your shoulder blades. Okay. Otherwise, let's just do a few more breaths here. You can stay here or you can slowly travel and bring your head over one knee and slowly travel and bring your head over the other knee. Keep your heels down, toes up. And we're going to scoop under the knees. And we're going to lift one ankle and rock it side to side, just like this. Or hook it in like this. And we'll do the other side, rocking it side to side. Or you can hook it right there in your elbow crease, lifting it up. The higher you lift it up, the more of a stretch you'll get in that hip. All right, maybe you can do half lotus here. Make sure your knees don't hurt, dorsiflexing. Or maybe you can pull it up and do full lotus. Don't hurt yourself. And we'll close out the class together. Big inhale in your nose. Open your mouth as you surrender to your practice here. Hands in front of your heart. Go ahead and press it into your heart center and smile and feel blessed. And smile and feel gratitude. And with gratitude for all of you for joining me in this virtual yoga class together. And with gratitude for this gift of yoga, let's offer one Om to seal it in. Inhaling deeply. Namaste. Thank you everyone who joined. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And I'm still trying to reach my goal of 500 subscribers here on YouTube. So please help me by tell your friends and share. Okay, thank you. And remember, I normally live stream every Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday at 5:30 Pacific. So join me again. Be safe until next time.